So hey guys, how are you all guys? So I will begin with new series. The series name is What If Naruto Fall in Love Back Wido. So let's start it. Hill, explain to me what I'm looking at, Nick Fury, all-around badass, said as he stared at a video of a blonde man walking into a room and sitting in an office chair. Normal, right? Except the man worked through a solid wall and took a seat at the heart of the helicarrier, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s headquarters. And no one fucking noticed. The woman standing before Fury is Maria Hill, his second in command. I looked into it. Sir, he's one of ours, Agent Hill said as she tapped on her tablet. A ping rang from Fury's computer as it received the information sent by Hill. His name is Nathaniel Naruto Constantine and he is a certified S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. He has no friends or at least coworkers he's close to, and the staff have taken to calling him Spooky Naruto due to him being in charge of the supernatural department. Wait, back up, a supernatural department? Fury asked as he raised his eyebrow. You are telling me we have a supernatural department? Yes, sir. A department in S.H.I.E.L.D. dedicated to things related to the supernatural. That the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. does not know about. Fury said, his one good eye scanning Spooky Naruto's file. Affirmative, sir, Agent Hill answered calmly. The department has been open for at least 5 years. 5 years? Hill, is this some joke? I'm too high on the upper level of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s command chain to understand? Fury asked as Maria gave a shrug. How did we even find him? Better yet, why did it take so long to find this guy? Well, sir, it's because we're not looking. You remember the time Thor, God of Thunder, came to Earth? Maria asked as she sent another file to Fury. How could I forget? Fury muttered as he looked at pictures Hill sent him. A giant circle curved on the ground with runes and words of another language written inside of it. This is the thing his portal left behind? The Bifrost, right? Yes, sir. And do you by any chance know how we knew it was called the Bifrost? Fury narrowed his one good eye. How? Coulson at the time had asked for a translator, and well, he got one. Spooky now. Stop calling him that. Naruto had translated it, and even gone as far as to explain how it worked, who worked it, and when it was invented. And as you can guess, we tracked down who translated these. At the mention of a supernatural department, I kept a close eye on him, and then he walked through a wall. Not only that, he seemed to smoke one cigarette for 2 days straight. He also conjures food from thin air. He does such things so openly you'd think someone would have seen. But how? Fury was stumped. You're telling me he's found something? Sir, every S.H.I.E.L.D. agent is supposed to give in a video report of what they've done in their department. Everyone, even the cleaning department, isn't spared. And it turns out Naruto has been handing his in. For the past 5 years, every single video is just sitting there. Not once has it been opened. Maria tapped on her tablet a few more times. A video appeared on Fury's computer, and he played it. Hey there, Nathan here. A handsome, unruly blonde-haired man with whisker-like marks on his cheeks said. The man looked boyish, fresh out of high school, and was grinning like a loon. He was wearing a white dress shirt with his tie neatly tied. First month in my new department, and there is nothing to report. Just some crazy people saying they are possessed by demons. I remain optimistic in finding anything supernatural. Nathaniel out. Maria paused the video from her tablet as Fury hummed in thought. I take it he found it. Fury muttered. I believe he found more. This is video from a year later. Another video played. This time Naruto had bugs under his eyes. I so remember the time I found some people faking possession? Well, this time I stumbled upon a real demon. The girl was floating, breathing fire from her mouth and saying stuff she shouldn't know. I witnessed a certified professional banish the demon from the child. It's safe to say I'm scared for life. I followed the woman around for a few hours and was about to make contact when she opened some kind of portal and walked through. The portal closed before I could take a closer look. The professional is a bold lady in yellow and red monk robes. Do just stop, a voice interrupts Naruto's report. So your department isn't that exciting. I get that. But you can't go around making stuff up. People are talking, man. At first it was fun to watch you make a fool of yourself, but now it's kinda sad. The person who was behind Naruto said as he shook his head. If I were you, I wouldn't hand that in. The man walked off. Yeah, if you were me, you wouldn't survive a day, Naruto muttered under his breath before facing the camera. There are these things that attack me when I'm alone. I have come to believe that they are the ones that silence you from speaking about the magical side of things. My only saving grace being around people. They won't attack when I'm around people. So a little backup would be helpful. Sigh Naruto out. I take it backup never come. Yep, Hill said as she pulled another video. As the years goes by, he seems to no longer care. He's got this look of someone who's seen war. It makes you want to know what he saw. The next video featured a Naruto who looked like he hadn't slept in a week, bags under his blue eyes, tie halfway undone and his sleeves rolled up his arms. He had the makings of a beard growing on his face as he spoke. Yeah, whatever, to whom it may concern, the demon realm is about to go to war with the human world. Funny that, huh? So me and a very few people are going up against an army of thousands of demons with each their own demonic powers. I don't think I'll make it and doubt anyone will miss me. You got that right, Spooky? Two men in the background laughed. Yeah, this is Naruto with what might be my last sign-off. He'll wordlessly played the next report. So I'm alive, yay. In this world I was gone for 6 months, but in the demon realm it was a very long fucking war. And by demon realm I mean hell. Hell is made in such a way that a second on earth is a year in hell, so that sinners are punished for as long as possible, Naruto said as he sighed. Since I was gone for 6 on earth, then hell time it was. Fuck it, you guys do the math. Fury paused the video. Have you shown this to Wido? He asked calmly as Maria shook her head. Just waiting on your command, sir. Then do it. But show her just enough for her to know what's up. We must approach Naruto with caution. It's clear he no longer trusts S.H.I.E.L.D., Fury said as Maria nodded and began walking away. Fury played the videos and continued going through the reports. Okay, another mission, Naruto said as he stood up from his chair. Bloody great. And just where are you going? Naruto rolled his eyes as Jason Scott walked up to him. And when did you get so tall? Naruto stared at the idiot that liked to annoy him. For a guy who's named after a superhero, the guy's a dick. My job, Scott, Naruto said as he grabbed his trench coat. Then you don't mind me coming, a voice said, making both men turn and see the one and only Black Widow. Not at all, Naruto said as Jason froze. The Black Widow herself had come down to their shitty department. Naruto walked past her like she was some Jim and Jack, not at all like the beautiful badass legend she is. Did Spooky Naruto just walk out with the Black Widow? Julie asked as Jason dumbly nodded. I don't like her, Julie said with jealousy. Finally that damned spell is broken, Naruto said as Widow walked next to him. It was fucking annoying. A spell? Widow asked as Naruto nodded. Like magic? Yes, magic, Naruto said as they entered an elevator. That fairy godmother bullshit. Once the elevator opened, Naruto was greeted to the sight of Nick Fury, and a dozen S.H.I.E.L.D. agents all with guns pointed at him. We need to talk, Fury said as Naruto chuckled. Now? Sorry, sir. But my job requires me not to be late, Naruto said as he put his hands in his coat pocket. A demon-possessed child is on the loose, and those usually go for the parents. Don't bullshit me, kid, Fury growled as Naruto laughed. I'm pretty sure I'm older than you, Naruto said before he frowned. I'm dead serious. In my line of work people die every day, and I do what I can to save as many as I can. Since you have questions I will answer in due time, but I have to go. Naruto pulled his hand out just as Black Widow moved to strike him. Naruto squeezed his fist, and in a flash both he and Widow disappeared. New York, some dirty alleyway. Natasha fell to her knees as she vomited her breakfast. We don't have time to waste, Naruto said as he began walking away. The little girl doesn't have time. Nat stood up and quickly followed him. Magic's real? She asked as Naruto snorted. You just teleported. What do you think? But S.H.I.E.L.D. would have been on this, Natasha said as they came out of the alleyway and into a people-filled street. We would have. 5 years ago, a powerful demon put a spell on S.H.I.E.L.D. We were at war with them and they needed a leg up. Some normality spell that made sure no one knew of the magical world, Naruto said as they stopped. The spell was so powerful I couldn't break it. Then how did you break it? Nat asked as Naruto pulled out a cig from nowhere. I killed the asshole who did it, Naruto said as a car pulled up. It was a red Camaro and its driver was a beautiful black-haired woman wearing a leather jacket. Naruto, the woman said as the blonde nodded. Who's this? The one and only Black Widow, Naruto answered as he moved to passenger seat. She's with us. Widow took that as an invitation and got in the back. We got ourselves a potion, Naruto said as the woman nodded and began driving. Tell me when we get there. Black Widow stayed silent. Throughout the drive Naruto had his eyes closed and was meditating. The soft snoring coming from him said otherwise. Naruto rarely has time to sleep, so he takes all the minutes he can get, the driver said. By the way, my name's Jessica. I'm Natasha, she replied to Jessica. So how exactly did you two meet? He saved my life, was all Jessica said. Natasha knew she wouldn't be getting any more from the woman. So where are we going? She asked as Jessica turned a corner. Just a few streets away, Jessica said as Naruto woke up. Welcome back. It's good to be back, Naruto answered with a groan. We're here. I can feel it. Jessica nodded as Naruto turned to Natasha. What you're about to see and hear might mess you up, so be prepared. Demons are underhanded creatures and will do whatever it takes to win. They go for the soft spots. That means if you have a dodgy past that you'd rather forget, welp, you'll probably be reliving it. Natasha shivered at those words. She really didn't want to relive her past. A couple of minutes later the car stopped by an apartment building. As Jessica and Naruto got out of the car, Natasha was quick to follow them out. Truth be told, she really didn't want to be here, but orders were to follow Naruto. Naruto stood next to Jessica as they stared up at the building. The demon is strong, but we can take it. Jessica nodded as Naruto turned to Natasha. I don't think you should come with us. Demons love people like you. People with a dark past would rather forget. Shield orders are for me to stay with you, Natasha replied with steel in her voice. I'm coming with you. Okay, do at least make sure your little hidden camera records everything, Naruto said as they began walking into the building. As soon as Natasha stepped into the hall, she felt cold. She turned to Jessica and Naruto. Jessica smirked with her leather jacket while Naruto sighed and took off his trench coat, which he passed to her, and Natasha received with a thank you. She put it on as Naruto knocked on the door and a woman answered. She didn't open the door entirely, only enough for her to peek through. Yes, can I help you? The dark-skinned woman asked. Hello, my colleagues and I are working for the government. We're here to help, Naruto answered politely. Sorry, you must have the wrong house. Goodbye. The woman slammed the door shut. Naruto sighed as he turned to Jessica. It knows we're here, he said as Jessica nodded. Natasha, you might want to step back. Natasha did as was told. The demon knows we're here? She asked as he nodded. It's kind of a two-way thing. I can sense when they're nearby and they can sense me when I am nearby, Naruto said, as Jessica kicked down the door. Gee, get out. Please leave or I'll call the police. The woman said as she held a knife in hand. Gee, get back, Constantine. So you know my name, that means you've been talking to the thing inside your daughter, Naruto said calmly as the woman began shaking. It said if I let you in the house it will kill her. The woman cried, tears falling from her eyes. Please just leave. Sorry, no can do, Naruto said as he held up a hand. I deal with these kinds of things, ma'am, and I can help you. It's scared of us, Jessica spoke. It told you to not let us in because it knows we can stop it. You have to trust us, Tanya. BB, but what if you don't stop it? Tanya cried. The poor woman was distressed and didn't know what to do. What if it kills my daughter? It won't. I have power over it, Naruto said, his hand glowing blue. Reveal yourself, demon. He called as his voice echoed. Then the most hideous voice Natasha had ever heard roared in pure agony. Suddenly, a door opened loudly as a 9-year-old girl floated into the room. It looked like she was being dragged into the room as she struggled. Let me go, Constantine. Natasha stared horrified at the source of the voice. It came from the little girl dressed in a white dress. I command you to let me go right now or else I will reap out her soul and… That's enough out of you, bind! Naruto said as glowing blue appeared and chains wrapped around the demon-possessed child. Shit, I can't move. Let's get this over with, shall we? Naruto said as he began walking towards the demon in a child's body. Children are off limits, you know the rules. Wait. Please don't kill me, I was just having a bit of fun, I'll just go back to hell and not come back. The demon said in fear. I'll let you fuck me. This body is nice and tight, I can fuck you good. Natasha wanted to vomit at the things the demon was offering to save itself. You, Black Widow, help me and I can give you what you really want. I can make it happen. Give you back what the Red Room took. Just knock him out, distract him long enough for me to escape. Natasha looked towards the demon with wide eyes. Could it really give her what she really wanted? Yes, I can. That family bullshit. Children and a good family man. I can do it, just help me. Don't listen to it. He'll give you what you want but at a price. The price to pay is not worth it, Naruto said, his eyes on Tanya as the woman looked horrified. Oliver's father hasn't come back from where he went, has he? Tanya fell to her knees as she screamed. Whatever Tanya had wanted, the price had been her husband. Look, I'm working for someone, I'm just a little guy here. Let's come to an agreement, I'll give him up, peace, Constantine. I'll suck your dick, I'll suck it, goo. Okay, enough out of you. Naruto growled. The chains around the demon vessel began to glow brighter as Naruto took a few more steps before reaching the struggling vessel. The chains lowered the girl down, and his hand went to her forehead as the girl's red eyes widened. Just send me to hell, don't turn me into one of your damn toys. I had a deal with your boss. Anyone that tries to go for kids or world domination I turn into a devil arm. Goodbye, you little shit. Naruto growled out, red energy coming out of the girl and going into Naruto's arm. It looked like Naruto was absorbing the energy. No, please no, no. The demon screamed as a bright light filled the room. Before the screaming ended and light faded away, the girl fell limp into Naruto's arms. It's over, Naruto said softly as Tanya was already on her feet. The woman all but dived at Naruto and took her daughter from him. You can take her to your room. She's asleep for now. Tanya nodded as she stood to her feet. As soon as that's done, you and I need to have a talk. The woman nodded once before quickly taking her child away. Natasha just stood there and processed what she just saw. While the demon had said some things, it really didn't do much. All this was a bit too easy, right? Naruto said as he chuckled. It wasn't always like this. Back then we'd come out bleeding and bruised. Laughed Jessica. At least I didn't have to do anything. Tanya came into the room as they turned to her. I thank you, she said slowly. Times are tough these days, Naruto said as he sighed. But that doesn't mean we should turn to the bad guys for help. Tanya, tell me who taught you how to do this. I just did, the woman said. I just prayed to whatever can hear for help. And do you want to know where your boyfriend is? Naruto suddenly asked. A demon has his body right now. Who knows what it's doing? He's dead because of what you did, but his body hasn't been put to rest. It's being used for evil as we speak. People are getting hurt as we speak. You can stop what you started. And my sister, Tanya said as she began to cry. She taught me how to invite it into my home. While it's sad that this all happened, it's your fault, and if I catch you doing it again. Naruto glared at Tanya, who took a step back. I will kill you. Naruto turned to leave as Jessica followed. Natasha spared the shaking Tanya a look before following suit. Wasn't that a bit too much? She asked as the blonde snorted. It's her fault. We all have problems, but it doesn't mean we have to involve other people into it. Naruto said. I know for a fact that it's doing some fucked up shit. Demons don't take it slow. Once they get a chance, they take it. They know time is almost up for them, and will do as much as they can with what little time they have. That thing said it was working for something else. It would have given them up. It's obvious this big bad has the body. Points for figuring out that the big bad has the body, but the worst thing you can do with a demon is coming to an agreement with them. A deal. Jessica was the one who spoke. Never ever make a deal, ever. Jessica's right. It would have saved time, but coming to an agreement with a demon is just the worst. He would have fucked us over anyway, Naruto said as they got out of the building. Jessica, I'll see you tonight. You fucking better. Jessica smirked as she got into the car and drove off. Natasha turned to Naruto with a raised eyebrow. Let's brief the director on the mission, Naruto said as his hand grabbed her shoulder. Don't puke this time. As her feet touched the ground, Natasha did everything she could not to puke. See, you're getting the hang of it, Naruto praised. Now if you don't mind, I would like my coat, please. Natasha took off the coat and handed it back to Naruto. I have to go process what I saw, Natasha said as Naruto nodded. Gotta go hand in my report, Naruto said as he waved at her and just walked through a nearby wall. That was something. Natasha sighed before going to her room. She needed sleep. Dude, what the fuck is going on? Jason all but yelled in Naruto's face. The director has been asking about you. What the fuck did you do? Nothing much, just saved the world from a demonic invasion, Naruto said as he took a seat in his cubicle. That is this bullshit? The director came in here and while Jason ranted, Naruto had taken out a cigarette and lit it. With his thumb, a blue flame was coming out from his thumb. How are you doing? Jason asked as Naruto shrugged. Because I'm spooky. Naruto stared at his boss with a bored look. Nick Fury was as intimidating to him as a fluffy pink rabbit. It wasn't the man's fault, honestly. It's just that the blonde had seen far more scary stuff. So this demon war, what can you tell me about it? Fury asked, one eye narrowed in a glare. Enough so they don't make you a high-profile target, Naruto remarked as pulled out a lighter from his coat and began playing with it. Did you have magic the time you joined S.H.I.E.L.D.? Questioned Maria Hill from the director's side. Rather than the mind games Fury wanted to play, the woman went directly to it. Nope, Naruto said with a chuckle. I was taught. And can you teach others? Yes, Naruto said before he frowned. Doesn't mean I will. In your reports you claim that we are at war with these monsters. Wouldn't it be beneficial to have all the help we can get? Hill asked with a frown. S.H.I.E.L.D. can pick out a cell. Yeah, no, my faith in humanity has gone down over the years, Naruto said as he lit a flame. Said flame turned into a little bunny that the blonde begun playing with. I'll do all the choosing. Fury and Hill turned to each other before the director sighed. Fine then, what do you suggest we do? I pick my own squad, Naruto said as he tried to catch the flame bunny that was now floating around him. That is acceptable as long as they are shield agents, Fury said as Naruto nodded. Yeah, sure, Naruto said. He caught the bunny. We can start the selection now. We still have a demon on the loose. Any preferences? Hill asked as she began taping on her tablet, though one could see the firm grip on her tablet tighten. They should all be able to fight, Naruto began. A team no larger than 3 and one of them should be good with tech. Why such a small team? Fury asked with a raised brow. The small team will be easy to maintain, easy to teach and in case of a backstabbing easy to deal with, Naruto said as he caught the bunny in one hand. Also I need at least one enhanced human. An enhanced? Fury questioned as Naruto gave them a deadpan stare. Someone with superpowers, nothing too flashy though, maybe some fast reflexes, Naruto said as the bunny in his hand vanished. I expect to my new team in the next few hours. It might take us a while. People have already died, Naruto said as he stood from his seat. We both know you have a list and names already on that last. You don't look like you're in a hurry, retorted Hill as she glared at Naruto. You will have the new team when the director says. Of course, Naruto said nonchalantly. He's the demonologist here so he knows what he's doing. I'm sure the demon out there is just waiting for us. Doing nothing evil, just waiting for us to show up. You've made your point, Fury said as he glanced at Hill. Within the hour, the team would be assembled. That's all I want, sir, Naruto said as he chuckled. Oh, by the way, I can sense negative emotions, the blonde said as a gold aura began surrounding him. I know how much you want me to fuck you, Ms. Hill. Please keep it in your pants. With that he vanished. Maria Hill didn't even have to look to know her boss was giving her a look, not a word. Nick Fury just shrugged and turned away, hiding the amused smirk he had on his face. The human world was boring. It bore him, so fucking much. The humans were good for nothing pieces of shit that didn't deserve the world they inherited. With a flex of his hand, the teenage girl on top of him died, her head hitting the ground. He heard someone scream but really didn't care. In bursts of speed his body moved, his bare hands as weapons as he killed everyone in sight. Pathetic excuse of an orgy. Even something as easy as sex was difficult for a human. But then again he was used to succubus. But as pathetic as humans were, at least they were good for something. Looking at his hands, the warm blood dripping from them making him shiver in pleasure. Humans were good for killing, nothing more, nothing less. In a span of 5 seconds, more than 15 people died by his hands. If he had his demon body he would have done it in one. Oh well, he needed to find more humans to kill. Cracking his neck, the possessed man grinned evilly. This world was his now. That's a fake, right? Madicho asked as she pointed a finger at the screen. That can't be real. She had been called in. Along with a few others, she only recognized 4, Black Widow, Director Fury, Hawkeye and Hill, the green-haired woman she didn't know. It is, Widow answered as they all watched the exorcism. It's always something, Hawkeye muttered as he shook his head. Unfortunately this is real, Asian Hill said, standing next to Director, and you 4 have been tasked with helping to deal with these types of threats. What next? The green-haired woman snorted. You'll have us hunt down Dracula. I wouldn't go that far, came a man's voice, and in a flash of golden light he and a black-haired woman appeared before them. Dracula is insanely powerful and would kill us in the blink of an eye. The instant the two appeared all weapons were instantly pointed at them. Maddie was the only one who froze. Relax everybody, he's one of ours, Agent Hill said as everyone slowly lowered their weapons. Name's Naruto Constantine, the now named Naruto said as he gave a wave. Maddie could see it. Past his cheerful demeanor the man was scanning everyone, though his eyes softened when they reached her. So you're the demon hunter? The green-haired woman said as chuckled. You don't look it. Naruto just shrugged. The demons begged to differ. At the sight of my ugly face they run away screaming. Naruto was anything but ugly in Maddie's opinion, an opinion she kept to herself. So you're all our new teammates, the woman next to him asked as she smirked. I'll be fun breaking you guys in. And what the hell is that supposed to mean? The green-haired woman growled out. What Jessica means to say is that 2 of you are needed, Naruto said, as all eyes widened. In our line of work the bad guys are underhanded bastards that will attack us where it hurts. For him, it's his family. Everyone froze as the blonde pointed right at Hawkeye. Someone like you wouldn't fit in my team, Naruto said with a sigh. You have a family, right? Hawkeye turned to the director, who nodded at him before he turned to Naruto and nodded. Then our enemies would go after your family, so you're out, Naruto said before he pointed at her. You're too young, but depending on your resolve I might accept you. How did you know I have a family? Hawkeye asked as he stared at the blonde. Cause of your aura, Naruto said as he rubbed the back of his head. Your aura is bright and happy, much like hers, so I assume you have family, unlike that one over there. Damn woman, your aura just screams menacing. Yeah, the green-haired woman was scary. So she's the one I have to look out for? Jessica smirked. I can take her if she tries anything. Yeah, you can. And Agent Hill's aura just says she wants to jump my bones. Naruto shrugged his shoulders with a small smile. According to her aura, she would have jumped me had it not been for everyone in the room. Maddie had to hold back a laugh at the look on Agent Hill's face. Aura reading, really? The green-haired woman glared at Naruto. What bullshit are you gonna pull out of your coat, fairies? If only she knew, Jessica giggled. Maddie was starting to see a pattern here. According to Naruto and Jessica, almost every mythical creature mentioned exists. Dracula, demons and fairies. Look, if you want hard proof I can show you, Naruto said. He turned to the green woman, whose name Maddie should really learn. But only if you're absolutely sure you want to join my team. Naruto for the most part seemed cheerful, but now he was intense. I'm in. Maddie was curious. Plus this would be her chance to show the director that she was just as smart as her twin, even more. S.H.I.E.L.D. just kept her around cause Amadeus asked them to. Part of the conditions he set for him to work for them. Fury knew she was smart, but he much preferred her brother to her, and it pissed her off. While she was skeptical, this was her chance to show what she could do. Plus Naruto was handsome. Well, I'm clearly out, Hawkeye said as he looked at the director. Yes, so if you're doing this, Naruto held out his hand. Put your hand on top of mine. Jessica was first, and then followed by Black Widow. Maddie glanced at the green woman before she stepped forward and put her hand forward. I'm in, but I'm not touching hands, the green-haired woman said dismissively. Okay, Naruto shrugged as the hand at the bottom began holding. For your own information, we're teleporting, Widow said as Maddie's eyes widened. He's leaving you behind, Brand. Damn it! The green woman Brand quickly put her hand on the pile as the light enveloped them before they disappeared. Welcome, Naruto spread out his arms, showcasing the completely white space they were currently in. What is this place? Brand asked as she tried to keep herself from falling over. Maddie was spilling her guts out and Black Widow was trying to stand upright. We are in Naruto's pocket, Jessica said, smirking at the dumb looks everyone had. I'm serious, by the way, we are literally inside his coat pocket. How? Brand asked as she looked in awe. Okay, everybody pay attention cause I'm only saying this once, Naruto said as everyone looked at him. I know some of you are skeptical, so let's just cut to the chase. My job, or rather our job, is to get rid of what goes bump in the night. Naruto snapped his fingers and the white room changed. Maddie Cho was the first to scream. Black Widow took a step back, her complexion turning pale as she looked around. Brand was frozen solid due to fear of what was before them. The room had changed. Suddenly they were now in the cage, and the outside of the cage was hell itself. Red as far as the eye could see, grotesque creatures running around doing God knows what. The place was horrible to look at, but Jessica and Naruto didn't look fazed. Currently we are standing in the middle of hell, or rather the least dangerous part one could find. The pocket is untouchable and untraceable on the outside, so we're virtually ghosts. Normally showing people hell is against the rules, but I thought we could make an exception here. That doubting Thomas bullshit stops now. Unless you want proof, we can go out there and get up close and personal. None of the newbies dared to move a muscle. Now that everything's cleared up, I'll take questions. First introduce yourself, then ask a question. Everyone raised their hands, none of that shouting over each other's voices. You first, Naruto pointed at the green-haired one. My name is Abigail Brand. My question is about what the demon you fought in the video said. He said something about turning him into a toy. What is that? Abigail spoke up, a hint of nervousness in her voice. I have the ability to turn lower-rank demons into weapons. Weapons I call devil arms, Naruto said, eyes narrowed. Next question please. The blonde pointed at the cute Asian girl with glasses. Will we be learning magic? Oh, my name's Maddie Cho, Maddie said before blushing in embarrassment. Yes, bet you're excited to be a technomage, huh? Naruto gave Maddie a smile she returned with a blush. Next question? My name is Natasha Romanoff. How old are you, Mr. Spooky Naruto? Natasha asked, an intense look on her face. By estimation, past 5,000 years give or take. Naruto shrugged nonchalantly. For context, 1 second in our world is a year in hell. A few years back war broke out and I had to come down here. For me it was years, but when I got back up top it was 6 months. You're welcome to do the math. You must have gone mad, Maddie whispered in horror. She had done the math and no normal human should have lived that long. How are you still alive? A spell was cast on me, keeping my body from aging and my mind from breaking. Yeah, but when the spell wore off, Jessica said lowly as Naruto flinched. What happened when the spell wore off? Abigail asked, almost eagerly. The Hellblazer was born, Jessica smirked. That's what the demons call him down here. Jessica, Naruto's voice had a warning tone. The bodies burnt that day. Jessica, enough. Naruto growled out. I'm just telling the newbies here what this job they signed up for actually means. Jessica glared at Naruto before she turned to the others. This fucker here is easily the most powerful human in the whole fucking universe, and he has days when it's touch and go. The job we do is hard and one mistake means a shit ton of people die. This job requires 100% of commitment. So if you're here to spy on us for Nick Fury, you better keep that shit to yourself, cause if you get someone killed because you half-assed it, I'll kill you my fucking self. Thank you, Jessica, Naruto muttered with a sigh. Anyway, better go give the director all these powerful-ass devil arms I have. Naruto's worked his magic, reading everyone's aura. Upon him mentioning giving up the devil arms to the director, everyone's aura flared. Abigail Brand approved. Maddie Cho doubted. Natasha Romanoff nothing. Naruto frowned at the readings. Maddie Cho was now easily his favorite among the three. Natasha knew it was Tess, so he didn't know what to think. Abigail, she might be a problem. Okay, the team's now assembled, Naruto said as he clapped his hands, the cage becoming a white room again. Your training begins now. From this day forward we are now known as Supernatural World Observation and Response Department. Sword, really? Jessica asked with a raised eyebrow. I actually didn't notice. That was Naruto. He literally just blurted out what was at the top of his head. Sure you didn't. Boss, someone's here to see you. A grunt called out as Kingpin paused. Who is it? He asked as a masked clown in a purple suit entered his office. Hello, Kingpin. The name's Joker. The clown grinned. An evil and humane grin stretched further than normal. But my friends call my Mr. J. This thing is amazing. Maddie cried out with a grin on her face as she flipped the pages of a giant black book. On her side was a large pile of books. I didn't know the world was full of all this amazing stuff. It is pretty good, Natasha muttered as she read through her own book. Though if I'm being honest, it just made the world a whole lot more terrifying. You know what's amazing? This flaming sword. Brand yelled out as she cut off the head of a human-shaped dummy with her flaming sword. You can keep your books, nerds. The three women had been stuck in this white void for what felt like months with only a bunch of random things to keep them company. Most of these things ranged from books about the many wonders of the world to weapons and training dummies in the corner. And done. Next book. Maddie yelled as she stood up. Gimme the next book. Nat turned to the empty bookshelf before turning to Maddie with a blank stare. You've read all of them. No more books for you, she said with an amused chuckle. Oh man, moaned Maddie as Brand laughed from the side. Alright, pop quiz, how do you kill a vampire? Nat fired out as Maddie looked thoughtful. Decapitation, fire, sunlight, pull out the heart and silver or wood. Maddie said as Nat gave her a thumbs up. Next, what do you do when you run into Mephistopheles? According to the books, run like hell. Constantine seems to be afraid of this Mephistopheles, Brand said as she did a backflip for no apparent reason. And we should be, Natasha said as Maddie nodded. Naruto is extremely powerful. I mean, he made a pocket dimensions that literally disobeys the laws of nature. By my count, we've been in here for about a week or so and none of us have gone hungry. Needed sleep, needed to relieve ourselves, and despite how much Brand has been training, she doesn't stink. The fact that he's afraid of this Mephisto guy scares me, Maddie said shakily. Plus we can never say his name outside, ever. It just sunk in and I'm now terrified. Thanks a lot, Maddie. Brand said as she took a seat on the floor. Moving on, Maddie, what's the theory of magic? Well, everything alive has magic, but just enough to keep their souls burning. A few people have exceptions to this. They have more magic in the system and can use it for various things, spells, sealing, cooking and other things. You and I aren't part of that few, but Brand and Naruto are. Maddie gave Brand a dirty look that made the woman smirk. Tough luck, Brand chuckled. Maddie, you're really intelligent, aren't you? You absorb knowledge so fast it's impressive, Nat said as she smiled at the girl. Glad you think so. Everyone just assumed my brother was the smarter twin, and for a long time I thought he was, Maddie said as she looked down. If S.H.I.E.L.D. couldn't see it, then I guessed it wasn't there. Don't sell yourself short, kid. I've seen you read through hundreds of books in record time. Heck, I gave up halfway. Thanks, Bran, Maddie said as she smiled at the acknowledgement. Hey, does this mean I can now call you Abby? No, please, Maddie asked as she gave Brand her best puppy dog eye. Fine, just not around Constantine and Jessica. Brand gave in as Maddie cheered. Okay, back to class, Maddie. What are devil arms? Devil arms are weapons crafted from demon flesh, demon bones and magic. There are over 100 devil arms so far and are all owned by one man, the amazing Naruto Constantine. Wow, you have it bad, don't you? Abby snorted from the side. What's bad? What Abby is trying to say is you might have a crush on Naruto, Nat said as she smiled at the massive blush that covered the poor girl's face. Who, me? No, it's not like that. I just admire him, that's all. Maddie said as the two women looked at each with knowing smirks. I like him, but I'm not in love with him. So you like him? Yes. I mean no. Oh look, she's blushing. Stop. This is a problem, Naruto muttered, with a frown. Tell me about it. Jessica, who was next to him, said the two were currently standing on a rooftop staking out a nearby building. My contact said after the mass murder, Kingpin got himself a new recruit. Says the guy is really creepy with an unnatural feel about him, and that he's always smiling. He's definitely the guy we're looking for, Naruto said as Jessica looked at him. How do you know? Because just as I can sense him, he can definitely sense me, Naruto answered as he pointed out one of the windows of the building. He's just staring at us with shit-eating grin. So he knows you're here. But for some reason he doesn't seem to care, Jessica frowned. Looks like he isn't afraid of the Hellblazer. Which means he has something up his sleeve that he thinks will give him an edge, Naruto reasoned. So what now? We carpet bomb the place, or I was gonna have the new recruits handle this one, but Naruto paused before turning to look at the street. What's wrong? Jessica asked as she followed his sight. Oh shit. He put a maze in front of the building. Goddamn forest. Naruto growled out. The entire area around the building was covered. Something's in that building. Something he doesn't want me to find. So what's our next play? Jessica asked as Naruto turned to look at the next building. Jessica followed his sight and, I chase him, you and the recruits find out whatever is in that building, Naruto muttered as they looked at the figure on the rooftop. Said figure waved at him before it began running, leaping off the roof and on to the next one. Let's go get the newbies. Naruto grabbed her shoulder and they vanished in a flash of gold light. Alright people, the demon's on the move. In a flash of gold Naruto appeared before the three women. Of course this scared the shit of Maddie. She let out a cute little eep. Normally we would have started with something small like a goblin or some wannabe cannibal. But life sucks balls. Life sucks what? Balls. Oh, okay then. Brand shrugged as Maddie elbowed her in the side. So this demon we are about to fight? Nat asked as Naruto gave them a grim look. Yeah, it's the big bad from last time. For some reason he went to the Kingpin and revealed himself to me. Wait, shouldn't he be running away from you? It's the unspoken rule of demon kind, Maddie said as Brand looked at her with a raised eyebrow. The unspoken rule? Yeah, there's like 10 books and a song about it. Brand gave Maddie a look before she smirked. Do you know the song by heart? How could she not? She's been humming it all the time, Nat chipped in with a smirk of her own. You guys stop. Maddie cried with a blush. I mean, if the demon isn't halfway across the country by now, it means he's pretty confident. It must be up to something or has something up its sleeve. That's the same theory I came up with. Impressive, Naruto praised as Maddie smiled. Okay, so what's the game plan? Bran asked as she stepped forward. When do we get to fight the damn thing? Yeah, no, Naruto said as Bran looked shocked before she glared up at him. Abby, us fighting a demon is like a level 1 player who's a complete noob going up against the final boss. We would be instantly wiped out. Maddie said. Even I know that, scoffed Nat. Have you read anything? There was a book about swordplay. Naruto looked at the three before smiling. Good, I'm glad you guys have such good chemistry, he said before frowning. Truth of it is, demons are just on a whole other level. I don't even let Jess handle those. Your job is to get to Kingpin and find out why the demon went to him. The building is protected by an enchanted forest that you guys will have to cross while I fight the demon. The forest shouldn't have anything stronger than the demon, but dangerous nonetheless, Nat finished before she turned to Brand and the two nodded at each other. Maddie won't be coming with us in the field. What? Of course I will. Yes, she will. Brand and Nat looked at each other before the red-haired one spoke. Her strengths lay elsewhere and not in the fields. She will be with you guys through the drones I had made for her, Naruto said as the women looked at him wide-eyed. She's tech support. Oh, so drones work in an enchanted forest? A skeptical Brand asked. Enchanted drones work in enchanted forests. Yes, that makes a whole lot of sense. It does. Hey Hill, wanna give me a kiss before I go to my death? Naruto asked as Maria Hill glared at him. Why are you like this? I'm a normal human about to go up against a high-ranking demon. It's only right that I want my last moment to be a kiss from you, Naruto said with a smile as he shrugged. So what do you say? Come closer and I'll taste you. I've been hit with lightning point blank and I'm still standing, so then I'll kick you in the balls? Oh, kinky. Okay, as much as this is fun to watch, let's get serious, Nick Fury said as Maria stood up straighter while Naruto just nodded. So I commissioned a few drones from Amadeus Cho, and I enchanted them with my magic so they're tougher and can help record what's in the forest. I originally had them made to record for you to review, but now's a good time as ever, Naruto said as he turned to Fury. While they talked, Abby nudged Cho in the side. You okay with your brother building those drones? Abby whispered. Yeah, he is my brother, Maddie said. I just don't like people thinking he's better than me on account of me being female. Oh, cool. So Maddie will be backup for Brand, Jessica and Nat, Naruto said as he turned to Maddie. Sadly, I couldn't get you better equipment, so a laptop will have to do. I can work with that, Maddie said as she gave Naruto a determined look. I'm counting on you. Naruto gave her a wink and thumbs up before turning to Hill, completely missing the blush on Maddie's face. Jessica turned to the side just as Brand and Nat appeared in a flash of gold light. Both women had backpacks on as they turned to Jessica. You guys ready? She asked as the two nodded. The three women stared up at the giant forest that looked out of place in the middle of Hell's Kitchen. So any advice before we go in? Nat asked. She was dressed in her tight black widow suit and a pair of gold gauntlets. Whatever we do, we should not split up, Jessica said as she held out her hands. Hold my hands. Brand and Nat did as told before all three walked into the forest. Meanwhile, Naruto moved to the side as a clawed hand tried to claw his face off. The Hellblazer, the figure said as it smiled, the smile literally being ear to ear. Today you die. Like I haven't heard that before, Naruto replied with a smirk. Just die already, you shitty demon. The blonde held out his hand and fired a jet of white fire. His opponent easily backhanded the flames. You think holy flames can stop me? The demon said as it laughed. Normally, yes, Naruto said as he ran a hand through his hair. Look, how about you tell me who juiced you up and I might make it a quick death. Fuck you, Constantine. This is all me, baby. The demon boosted. No, it's not. I can feel two sources of power coming from within you. One weak and the other strong. We both know which one yours is. Damn you, Constantine. The demon roared as his body began to morph, bulge out and grow. Once I kill you, my master will reward me with more power. The demon was now around 9 foot tall with bulging muscles, an ear-splitting grin displaying rows of sharp teeth and 4 yellow eyes. Its skin had now turned a bloody red and each hand had razor-sharp claws. If your master is as powerful as you think they are, don't you think they would have come down here and killed me themselves? Naruto asked blankly as the demon paused. Fuck you! The demon charged as it reared its fist back. Naruto easily stepped to the side and avoided the punch. Just tell me which master you serve and I'll make your death quick and painless. Shut up! The demon growled out as it tried to claw at Naruto. Hold still, damn it! I'll hold still if you tell me. Naruto teased as the demon paused. Huh, you're actually thinking it through? Has anyone ever told you annoying? Yep, this seemed to piss off the demon as red-hot flames covered its form. Feel my power combined. With but a single word, the demon found its hands bound together by chains. What is this? It growled out as it tried to break the magical chains. More chains appeared before they pierced through its ankles. More chains came up from the ground before they too pierced its knees, wrapped around them before they pulled down, making it fall to its knees. Let me go, damn it. Since you won't tell me your master, how about you tell me what's in that forest, or else? Or else what? The demon huffed. I pull out your spine and whip you with it. Naruto said as he moved to stand behind the demon. You all mother of God! Naruto shoved his hand into the demon's back and gripped its spine. Hey now, how are you this strong? What's in the forest? Screw you const HFUCK. Naruto had pulled the spine out, and proceeded to start whipping the demon. Whack, whack, whack. It's a Wendigo. It's a fucking Wendigo. Whack, whack, whack. Why the fuck are you still hitting me? Oh right, my mistake, Naruto said as wiped the demon blood that had landed on his face. What else? And a few newborn vampires, that's it. Now let me go. Are you gonna tell me who your master is? No, even if I wanted to I couldn't tell you. The demon said, panting. Oh, so it's one of those say my name, and you die instantly deals, Naruto said as he smirked. Well, you're gonna say it, 'cause I'm gonna heal your wounds and torture you. Go on then, I can take it. Okay then, the spine whip in Naruto's hand suddenly caught fire, turning it into a flaming spine whip, dear God. Maddie ignored the screams of the demon on the screen before she minimized it and opened another window. Guys, can you hear me? She said as she stared at the three women walking through the forest. From the feed she was getting from the drones, it was night in the forest. Roger, Roger, came the reply from Jessica. Was that a Star Wars reference? Brand, get your head in the game, Nat said as she looked around. Maddie, which way do we go? Okay, Abby, release the drone in your pack. The green-haired woman nodded before she removed her back, pulled out a drone and set it down. Ready when you are. Maddie activated the drone before it flew off, ahead of the group. Okay, drone's gone up ahead. Also, I got an update on what's in the forest. There is a Wendigo and 2 newborn vampires. So take care out there, or one of the vampires is heading your way. A few seconds later, a blur tackled Jessica into a tree. Shit, it's here! Brand yelled as she pulled out a dagger. Come at me, you little bitch! The green-haired woman called out before her dagger suddenly turned into a flaming sword. Oh, so that's where that went? Damn, you sluts are fucking hot. Damn, you sluts are fucking hot. It was a kid, somewhere around 19 years old. He was dressed like an edgy cool kid, white shirt, leather jacket, some jeans and black combat boots. I might as well have some fun while I'm at it. Brand growled out before she charged at the vampire. She would end this in one strike. As Brand reached him, she swung her sword with the intent to cut off his head. He easily sidestepped her. You missed. He laughed. Why don't you show me your tits? Maybe I'll slow down a bit. Damn brat, Brand snarled as she charged once more, trying her best to cut him, but he easily dodged her attacks. He then took a step back. Miss me now, you gotta kiss and bang. The sound of the bullet being fired tore through the forest. The vampire's head was completely blown off as its body began to melt, leaving a pile of clothes on the ground. Nice one, Nat, Brand said as Natasha came out from behind the tree she had been hiding. Newborns tend to get cocky with their limited power. Despite being fast, only 50-plus-year-old vampires can actually move faster than a bullet, Nat said as she approached Brand. Now let's go help Jessica. No need for that, Jessica said as she came out of the forest. Let's get moving. Guys, that's not Jessica. In an instant Brand moved, flaming sword swinging through the air and cutting off Jessica's head. The body fell with a thud. I really hope that wasn't the real Jessica, Nat said as they stared at the body. The body then melted into a puddle of red. Both women let out sighs of relief. Maddie, do you have eyes on the real Jessica? Brand asked as the two scanned the area. Yes, she's right behind you. Damn, that was a clean kill, Jessica said as chuckled, didn't even hesitate. The woman slowly walked towards the two. Good work on the vampire. Could have been worse. Mads, lead the way. Maddie blinked as she replied the footage of the vampire that had tackled Jessica. During the tackle, Jessica had grabbed the vampire by the head and crushed it. A vampire, killed within the span of a second. Jessica's reaction was instant and inhumanly fast. Jessica shouldn't have been able to kill it that fast. I haven't spotted the Wendigo yet, so be on your toes, guys, Maddie said before she went back to watching Naruto. As the blonde tortured the demon, it kinda looked like he was the demon, but Maddie knew better. She was on Naruto's side regardless. So, what do you think? Mephisto asked as he gestured to the floating mirror before them. Currently in a black void between hell and earth, 3 beings of power were currently in a meeting. Mephisto was a man with red skin, horns on his head with black hair he'd slicked back, and was dressed in a cloak and his underwear. He basically looked like what humans thought the devil. Yes, he is as interesting as you say, but him posing a threat to me is impossible, Umar said as she crossed her arms. but he proves interesting, so I will look more into this. Umar was an extremely beautiful woman with long black hair and was dressed in a long tight black dress that showed off her hourglass figure nicely. A small smile graced her face. That's all I ask, Mephisto said as he bowed his head. Begone then. With a wave of her hand, Umar banished the demon from her realm. She then turned to the other two beings, both of them female. So why do you two want revenge against the Hellblazer? He had the balls to reject me. Mephisto said as she growled. We had a bit of a fling, but once all the sex and fighting was done with, I found myself falling for him. I confessed my feelings to him, and he rejected me. Mephisto, daughter of Mephistopheles, was a beautiful red-skinned demoness with long black hair, glowing yellow eyes and goat-like horns spouting from the sides of her head. On her back were large black feathered wings, and of course she had a tail with a spade-shaped end. She was dressed in a white toga that did absolutely nothing to hide her amazing figure. Umar just chuckled before turning to the other being. And you, grandchild? Why do you wish to kill the Hellblazer? He raped me, Satana Hellstorm said blankly. This got a frown from Umar and chuckle from Mephisto. Satana Hellstorm was an extremely beautiful succubus. She had on a tight red spandex with her stomach and part of her breast exposed, with the back side of her outfit showing her lower back almost to her bottom. Tell her the whole truth, Mephisto said as she crossed her hands. Well, I heard about him, how he went on a rampage in Mephisto's realm, so I wanted to take him down. But when I got there I realized he was handsome, so I decided to rape him. I take it that didn't go as planned? Umar said with a chuckle. No, he overpowered me and fucked me for 18 hours straight. See, can humans even do that? A wide-eyed Umar asked, shocked at such a thing. This one can, both Mephisto and Satana answered at the same time. This Hellblazer is getting interesting by the second. Umar grinned. Ladies, Mephisto wants the Hellblazer dead because he is a threat, while the Hellblazer is powerful. From what I can tell, he is just slightly weaker than Mephisto in terms of power. Mephisto can kill him, but not easily. Mephisto hates pain, and that's why he's trying to manipulate us into killing the Hellblazer for him. What's the point of all this? Mephisto asked impatiently. Do we really want to kill Constantine? Mephisto and Satana looked at each other before turning to Umar. Honestly, I just want to fuck him into a coma. I want to be the love of his life. Then it seems we have our own plans for him.